let us start with the invocation. Yogena chittasya padena vacham malam sharirasya cha vaidyakena yogakaro tam pravaram munisham patanjalim pranjaliranatosmi patanjalim pranjaliranatosmi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. So we thought that we will be doing second pada. And the first sutra of second pada reads Tapa Swadhyaya Ishvara Pranidhanani Kriya Yoga. So this is for everybody. This pada is the previous pada was for them who wants to liberate, and the second pada is for general people who want to lead a happy and spiritually blissful life. And so tapa has already been defined by Vyasa as dvandva sahanam. Dvandva sahanam means to stand all conflicting situations of life. The hunger, fasting, the hunger, thirst, the uncomfortable various situations of life, and to stand them happily, to stand them labha labhau jaya jayau sukha dukhe same kritva labha labhau jaya jayau tato yuddhaya yujyasva naivam papam avapsyasi. Gita also says the same thing. So tapa is to tolerate the various conflicting situations of life. And swadhyaya is chanting of a few mantras as we chanted just now. Swadhyaya is sometimes interpreted as self-study. But in Patanjali's time, Swadhyaya meant only chanting, because on one of the sutras, while commenting on that sutra, Patanjali makes a difference between chanting and study, chanting and knowledge. All persons who can chant may not know, and all persons who can know, they may not chant. So there is a difference between chanting and knowledge. And Swadhyaya, the Adhi and In, that is adhite. So adhite means chanting. So swadhyaya means chanting of mantras as we did right now. Or as we do in course of our study. The first sutra is Tapa, Swadhyaya, Ishvara, Pranidhanani, Kriya Yoga. So Kriya Yoga is that is you can say that it is functional yoga. That is how to lead a peaceful and spiritually enlightened life in general. So these Tapa, Swadhyaya and Ishvara Pranidhana. And Ishvara Pranidhana means that placement, absolute placement of the entire personality, to on Ishwar, who is not presented here by Patanjali as a creator, as a guardian, as a destroyer, but as a guru of gurus, as guru of all gurus. Patanjali in the very first sutra tells us that he is not the original author of yoga. It is whatever he has got from tradition, he is just transmitting them. Anushasanam. Anushasanam is transmission of something that is already obtained by somebody. So Patanjali is saying in so many words that Swadhyaya Pranavadi Pavitranam Japa Moksha Shastradhyayanam Va Ishvara Pranidhanam Sarva Kriyanam Paramagurau Arpanam Tat Adasanyasu Sahi Kriya Yoga. So that is Kriya Yoga. Kriya Yoga was given special importance by Yogananda, well-known Yogananda, perhaps in Los Angeles. So this Kriya Yoga, what is the outcome of this Kriya Yoga? So this is Samadhi Bhavanartha. Samadhi Bhavanartha, that is to say, it facilitates meditation. And you might have observed, practical observation you must have already, that after chanting a few mantras, you are in a position to meditate. That chanting of a few mantras facilitates, enables your mind to meditate, to stabilize, to be stabilized. So, Samadhi Bhavanartha, to facilitate meditation as well as lessening, not destroying, but lessening all the kleshas, all the miseries of life. And what are the miseries? What are the 5 miseries? The first one is avidya. So let us chant this also. Samadhi bhavanartha
Samadhi bhavanartha
kleshatanu karanarthascha
Kleshatanu karnarthascha.
So klesha is not destroyed by them, by the conduct of Kriya Yoga, but klesha is minimized. And what are the kleshas? Avidya,
Avidya,
asmita,
asmita,
raga,
raga,
dvesha,
dvesha,
avinivesha,
abhinivesha,
pancha klesha.
pancha klesha.
Pancha is 5. These are the 5 miseries. And what are they? Avidya is there, ignorance, and that will be defined very soon. And asmita is individuality, individual vanity, and raga is attachment, and dvesha is hatred, and avinivesha is fear from death. These are the 5 miseries. But out of these 5 miseries, avidya is the original source of all the following 4 miseries. Avidya, that is ignorance, is the kshetra of kshetra means original source of all miseries, all the subsequent 4 miseries. That is asmita, that is individual vanity, and raga, attachment, dvesha, hatred, and abhinivesha, fear from death. So it is on account of ignorance that we have asmita, attachment, hatred, and fear from death. But it is those miseries are sometimes they are asleep, sometimes they are just a little anu, sometimes they are vischinna, sometimes they are separated from others, and sometimes they are generous. That generous means they are fully full appearance. They have full appearance. That is udara, and vichhinna is they are fragmented, and tanu, that is they are just symbolic, and prasupta, they are lying in the form of a seed. Prasupta. The seed is never seen. It is seen through its sprouts, but for some time it is lying underneath, underground, and it is as good as sleep. very soon it sprouts, but when it sprouts, it is a little sprouting, and then it is fragmented, then it has its branches, and then it fully blossoms. It appears full, udara. So, fourth sutra we should chant, avidya,
Avidya,
kshetram,
Kshetram,
uttaresham,
Uttaresham,
prasutta,
Prasutta,
tanu,
Tanu,
vichinna,
Vichinna,
udaranam.
Udaranam.
Now, what is ignorance? That is being explained in Sutra 5. Ignorance is nothing but to see eternity in something that is transient. Eternity in transient, purity in impure, happiness in the objects of unhappiness, and to have this sense of self in what is non-self. That is, let us start this fifth sutra. Anitya,
Anitya,
Shuchi,
Shuchi,
Dukkhanatmasu,
Dukkhanatmasu,
Nitya,
Nitya,
Shuchi,
Shuchi,
Sukha,
Sukha,
Atmakhyati,
Atmakhyati,
Avidya.
Avidya.
So, Anitya, that is transient, and Asuchi, that is impure, and Dukkha, that is afflicting, and Anatmasu, in non-self, to have the sense of Nitya, eternity, Shuchi, pure, purity, Sukha, happiness, and Atma as self. So to look at something transient as eternal, and something that is impure as pure, and something that is affliction, in that the sense of happiness, and something that is not self, to have the sense of self. So generally we have a tendency to consider the body, the indriyas, that is the sense and motor organs, and the mind. And I am never tired of quoting Sankhya Karika, that is 20, and I will chant it again. I will write it for you. You can all read Devanagari, or there are some of you who cannot read. Can you all read this? Tasmat Tatsam
Yoga
Achetana Acetanam
Acetanam
Chetanavadiva
Chetanavadiva
Lingam
Lingam
Gunakartritve Pitatha
Gunakartritve Pitatha
Karteva
Karteva
Bhavatyudasinaha.
Bhavatyudasinaha.
There are two eva. One eva is here and lingam is there. And lingam is nothing but the 23 evolutes of Prakriti. They are lingam. And tasmat, therefore, tat samyoga, on account of the union of consciousness principle with Prakriti, nature. Tat samyoga, so the transient evolutes, the transient and insentient evolutes of Prakriti, like mind, the sense and motor organs, the body itself, Chetanavat eva. They think that they are sentient. The insentient ones start thinking that they are sentient. And this is, we all experience, and in psychology, we do not go beyond mind. We think that mind itself is source of everything. Mind itself is consciousness. But it is not. Where is the mind when consciousness goes away? Does mind work? Do the sense and motor organs, can they work if the consciousness goes away? They cannot work. But they think that Chetanavat eva. Chetana is consciousness. So the lingam, that is the products of Prakriti, the evolutes of Prakriti, are general terms called lingam. So that lingam, that is mind and body complex, they think that Chetanavat eva. Chetanavat. In Sanskrit, there are some pratyayas, some affixes that convey possessiveness. So, for example, you have Buddhiman or Pragyavan. Pragyavan. Pragyavan, but who is Pragyavan? Who possesses Pragya. And Chetana is consciousness, and Chetanavat, what is, they think that they possess consciousness. Chetanavat eva, as if they are sentient, they think. Acetanam is insentient. The insentient lingam insentient lingam 23 evolutes. Evolutes of Prakriti, 23 evolutes of Prakriti, they think that they are Chetanavat eva. That is, as if they are, they possess consciousness. Chetanavat eva linga.
So Chetana is conscious?
Chetana is consciousness.
So it's in English there. Chetana, add.
Yes. Chetana.
Add addition, Chetana, conscious.
Yes, Chetana what?
Add.
What means that possessing Chetana.
Possess to add. To add. It's in English there. Chetana, conscious, add. Addition.
I see. But here there is no sense of addition.
I understand.
Here it is the sense of possessiveness, that it is Chetana what eva. Eva means as it were. As it were, it is Chetana what. That is, as it were, it is sentient. As it were, it is sentient. And there is another eva, karta eva, and udasina. Udasina literally and originally and derivationally it means one who sits above. One who sits above. Ud asina. As, the root as means to sit. To sit. And asina means one who has sat, sitting. That is, you are all asina on your seats. Asina, present participle from as. And ut asina, ud means above. Ud means above. In the court, who sits above? There are two parties. One is prosecution party, and the other is defense party. and who does not belong to any of them or any one of the parties. They are juries or judge who sits, asina. So the function of self, as we chant every morning and evening, Sarvadhi Sakshi Bhutam. Sarvadhi Sakshi Bhutam. Sakshi Bhutam. Sakshi, what is Sakshi?
Witness.
An impartial witness. Impartial observer. Impartial observer, that is the Sarvadhi. Dhi is intellect. All intellectual activities, and he is the Sakshi, he is the impartial observer of everything, all activities that are performed knowingly and unknowingly, whatever it is. But Dhi means intellect, and Sarva is all. So he is Sakshi. Sakshi means impartial observer. Impartial observer. Impartial seer. So that is Sakshi. So that Udasina, that is the self who sits above because of his impartiality. So, but he seems karta ego. He considers himself as performer of good act, bad act, and he feels happiness, unhappiness, everything. So karta iva bhavati udasina. So there are two confusing things take place on account of this union of Prakriti and consciousness principle. Consciousness. The one is that those that are insentient, they consider themselves as if they are sentient, and one who is just impartial observer, he thinks and he starts feeling that he is the performer of all acts. Karta iva bhavati udasina. So that is asmita. That's what asmita is.
Is this Gita, Dr. Sharma?
In Gita also.
Is that one? Which one is
No, this is Sankhya Karika 20.
Sankhya Karika 20. Thanks.
Sankhya Karika. Sankhya 20. This is 20th verse of Sankhya. This is what it is. And let us chant it again. Tasmat Tatsamyogat
Tasmat Tatsamyogat
Acetanam
Acetanam
Chetanavadiva
Chetanavadiva
Lingam
Lingam
Gunakartritve Pitatha
Gunakartritve Pitatha
Karteva
Karteva
Bhavati
Bhavati
Udasina
Udasina
Karteva Bhavatudasina.
Karteva Bhavatudasina.
So this is Asmita. This is Asmita that has been said in 6 Sutras. Briefly, it has been stated. Tridarshana Shaktyoho
Tridarshana Shaktyoho
Ekatmata Iva
Ekatmata Iva
Asmita.
Asmita.
Here also you have the word Iva. Iva means as it were. Iva is as it were. So as it were, Drik Shakti and Darshana Shakti. Drik Shakti is just of the power of seeing, observing, power of observation as an impartial observer. So Drik Shakti is consciousness principle, and Darshan Shakti is Buddhi. Darshan Shakti is Buddhi, that is intellect or internal organ of cognition. There are threefold internal organs of cognition. That is intellect, individuality, as well as mind. It is only then, if the three combine, they have cognition, and of all activities being performed by sense and motor organs. And sense and motor organs are very sincere. Whatever they perform, they report everything to mind, individuality, as well as intellect. They report everything sincerely to them. So, Drik-darshana shaktyoho ekatmata iva asmita. So, ekatmata iva, it is impossible to identify both as one, but they appear as if they are one. So, Drik Darshana Shaktyoho, the two is the impartial observation, the person, the self, having the impartial power, having the power of impartial observation, and Darshana Shakti, that is the internal organs, Chitta, having the power of observation and performance, everything. So, if they become one with they become identifiable with one each with one another. That is, they are not identified. They are not identifiable as one. It is impossible. But it appears that they are identified. They consider themselves as identifiable. And that's what Gita also says the same thing. Prakriti kriyamanani.
Prakriti kriyamanani.
Yes, fill up the blank. Gunai karmani sarvasha.
Gunai karmani sarvasha.
Ahankara vimudhatma.
Ahankara vimudhatma.
Kartaham
Kartaham
iti manyate.
iti manyate.
So what it means? Everything is performed by Prakriti. Prakriti and Prakriti's gunas, Sattva guna, Rajo guna and Tamo guna. Everything is performed by gunas. But the self considers itself, herself or himself as performed. So because he is deluded by ahankara, deluded by individuality sense. So ahankara vimudhatma karta ham iti manyate. And the same thing is there, as a matter of fact, in some other ways also you can understand it better. The buddhi, the antahkarana, the internal organs mirror, has a reflection of everything that is performed mentally or bodily, physically, or whatever action is performed by the indriyas or mind, that reflects back in the mirror of buddhi, in the mirror of internal organs of cognition. And that, just opposite that, is placed the mirror of self. So whatever is reflected in the mirror of buddhi is reflected back in the mirror of self also. So the self thinks that it is happy, it is unhappy, it has performed such and such act, good act or bad act. So it has the various sense of karta ham iti manyate. So drik darshana shaktyoho ekatmata iva asmita. Ekatmata iva. Here also iva is mentioned. Iva is given. That it seems it is not ekatmata, but it is ekatmata iva. And then raga. Raga, what is raga? You derive so-called happiness with something in the past, and then you remember that is in your memory, and then you develop an attachment to that which gives you happiness. So sukhanushayi raga. Sukhanushayi
Sukhanushayi
raga.
raga.
Dukhanushai dveshaha.
Dukhanushai dveshaha.
Something that has given you some dukkha, affliction. So you develop a sort of distance from that. So that is why that is dvesha. So it is in your memory. It is already in your memory, and that memory is responsible for developing hatred in you. So dukkhanushai dveshaha.
Dukhanushai dveshaha.
So the next novel that is coming, and its very title is Vismriti, forgetfulness. Its title, the very title is forgetfulness, and the main theme of that is that nature has given us the faculty of memory and forgetfulness, both. And if we depend on nature, generally whatever is to be remembered, we remember, that is contained in memory. But whatever is to be forgotten by nature, so nature has given us the faculty of forgetfulness also. Generally, we forget things of the past, bad things of the past. Generally, we forget. But some of us, the so-called intellectuals, they revive the memory of bad things, and they revive the forgetfulness of good things. That's what we so-called scholars are doing. That is their main job. The main job of a scholar, modern scholar, is that you invite forgetfulness of things that should be remembered, and memory of those things which must not be, which nature wants you to forget. So that is the theme of that novel, Vismriti. So Sukhanushai Ragaha.
Sukhanushai ragaha.
Dukhanushai Dveshaha.
Dukhanushai dveshaha.
And then the ninth one is Swarasavahi,
Swarasavahi.
Vidushopi,
Dvidushopi.
Tatharudha,
Tatharubha.
Abhiniveshaha.
Abhiniveshaha.
So there is a desire in all of us, as the interpreters make it very clear. Ma na bhuvam, ma na bhuvam. That is, let me not become extinct. Let me not become extinct. Ma na bhuvam. There are double negatives here. Ma na bhuvam, that is, I may not become non-existent. May I not become non-existent. So ma na bhuvam, and bhuyasam, may I be always there, bhuyasam. But this sense is so strong everyone. Why is it so strong? A newly born baby, if it is thrown into water, it does not get drowned. Why? Why is it? And so the commentators also comment on it that is a source of the existence of previous birth, because in previous birth one has already experienced the affliction that is death. How death occurs, and how painful is death. In this birth, there is no such experience, but one remembers. That is in the memory, and that death occurs when there is slightest inattentiveness, so death occurs. So people are generally, even insects are attentive to that. Tatha rudha avinivesha. Avinivesha is strong will. Strong will is avinivesha. So strong will that we all possess, and including the enlightened ones possess, is that we may never be non-existent. We never be non-existent, and we be all the time, because we don't want to face that misery that is followed by death. But does one have experience of misery of death in this birth? No. That is only done at the last moment. That experience is there. But even without having any experience of that, one is very attentive towards that avinivesha. And that is the root cause of all miseries also. So avinivesha, tatha rudha, swarasavahi. Swarasavahi, that is automatically. Swarasa is that is automatically continuing. Vahi, vidushopi. Even the enlightened one of that person, tatha rudha, it is mana bhuvam. This desire, this wish is there, and that is avinivesha. That may I never become non-existent. So that is avinivesha. And those kleshas, so these kleshas are 5, and what are they? Avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, and avinivesha. So they pratiprasavaheya sukshma. Prasavaheya sukshma. Te pratiprasavaheya sukshma. What is pratiprasava? What is pratiprasava? What is pratyahar? That is the definition of pratyahara is given at the end of the first pada, samadhipada. Swa vishaya samprayoge
Svavishaya samprayoge
Chittaswarupānukāra iva
Chittasvarupānukāra iva
Indriyanam
Indriyanam
Pratyaharaha
Pratyaharaha
Svavishaya samprayoge
Svavishaya samprayoge
Chittaswarupānukāra iva Indriyanam
Chittasvarupānukāra
Pratyaharaha.
Pratyaharaha.
So Pratyahara is at the end of the second chapter. It is given.
Sutra 54, page 414.
Page 1, yes. It is 54th Sutra of 2. 54th Sutra. That withdrawal of the sense and motor organs from their respective objects and replacement of them in the chitta threefold internal organ of cognition. And threefold organs of cognition, what are they? From the lower position, the mind, manas, and ahankara, that is individuality, and mahat, that is our Guruji translates it as super ego or intellect or wisdom, whatever you may call it. So that is the threefold internal internal organs of cognition. If they are withdrawn from their respective objects and are placed in the internal organ of cognition, then what happens? They lose their freedom. Sometimes, even if you don't want to do something, you have to do it under the dictates of your sense or motor organs. Sometimes you do that. But if the sense and motor organs are placed in the mind or mental faculty or mental stuff, then what happens? Then the commentators make it clear that as the bees follow the queen bee, so the sense and motor organs automatically they follow. If they are placed in the sense and motor internal organ of cognition, so mind, individuality, and intellect, consisting of these three, if they are placed there, then they follow them. So, Madhukara Rajamiva Madhumakshika, that's what they say. And a Western concept as queen bee, as the bees follow the queen bee, wherever they want to go. And then after withdrawal, and if the internal organ of cognition wants to control abhyasa, vairagya, and all that. So they all follow the like the bees follow the queen bee in all matters. Wherever queen bee goes, the bees follow.
Dr.
So,
Sharma,
yes,
is that right to say that this step brings the indriyas, the sense organ, motor organs to be placed into the internal sense organs, and then we should place these internal sense organs into Prakriti,
yes.
and then go further, locking them into farther up.
That's right.
Okay.
That is the ideal situation. But we should not rest with the placement in Prakriti.
Okay. and then into a higher state of
Then
consciousness.
into self.
Self.
Let us have self and self.
Okay.
Let us disunite them.
Mm-hmm.
Yoga is defined also in Gita. Tam vidya dukkha sanyoga viyogam. What is that? Nobody is fulfilling the gap. Tam vidya dukkha sanyoga viyogam yoga sangitam. Yoga is not yoga, not union, but viyoga. That is, you have to separate yourself from all thinkings, including the discriminating wisdom. Including the discriminating wisdom also has to go. Discriminating wisdom is the penultimate stage of liberation. But as a matter of fact, this has also to go. This has also been explained by interpreters that this is also some people think that I have developed discriminating wisdom, so I am liberated. But one is not liberated. So one is liberated only when that discriminating wisdom also goes. So the tam vidya dukkha sanyoga viyogam yoga sangitam yasmin sthito na dukkhena guruna vicharyate. Tam vidya dukkha sanyoga viyogam yoga sangitam sanishchayena yoktavyo yogo nirvinna chetasa. So that is, Gita also says the same thing, that yoga from the difference pratiprasava heya sukshmaha. That is, pratiprasava is the movement in the reverse gear, movement of the car of mind in reverse gear. Mind follows, it goes in front gears, first gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear. It goes in front. But if it starts moving backward, then it comes up to Prakriti, and you get absorbed into Prakriti. But that is not the end. You have to go still further. And where there is no feeling at all, you are just placed on your own. Drashtu Swarupe Avasthanam, that is in the third sutra, and 34th sutra, that is the last sutra of Yoga Sutra, that is 34th of the Kaivalya Pada, the fourth Pada, 34th. So there is स्वरूप प्रतिष्ठा वा चिति शक्ति इति चिति शक्ति और चिति शक्ति both readings are there. चिति शक्ति स्वरूप प्रतिष्ठा और चिति शक्ति स्वरूप प्रतिष्ठा. Both are all right. Chitti Shakti, if you have, then it is Bahuvrihi compound, that one that possesses the power of consciousness, that is Chitti Shakti, and one endowed with Chitti Shakti, that is in Shashti, when it is sixth case ending singular, then Chitti Shakti Swarupa Pratishtha. And when it is Chitti Shakti Swarupa Pratishtha, then both are Bahuvrihi compound. Swarupe Pratishtha Yasya Sa Swarupa Pratishtha Chitti Shakti. But both readings are all right. So dhyana heya tadvrittayah.
Dhyana heya tadvrittayah.
So tadvrittayah, the movements of that mind or mental stuff are dhyana heya. They can be removed. They can be destroyed by meditation. Dhyana heya tadvrittayah.
So this entire discussion is solved with this one sutra, meditation.
That's right. Meditation.
We discussed 12 sutras, but this one that is the solution.
Yes.
Meditation.
Yes. 12th sutra is also Klesha Mula,
Kleshamula,
Karmashayo,
Karmashayo,
Drishta,
Drishta,
Janma Vedaniyah.
Janma Vedaniyah.
Of course, they will say that Karma Ashukla Krishnam Yogina. One who is a yogi, he does not work, does not function with attachment. So his karma account does not remain permanent. His karma account is destroyed then and there. There is no mention of that particular karma performed by a yogi. Whatever it is neither white nor black. But others function is whatever they act, whatever they perform is with attachment, and that is done, that is recorded until it is consumed. Until it is consumed, it remains unobstructed, and it has to be consumed. It has to result in some fruits. And that is why the ideal is that Pataka Prachayavan Mamatavat, one devotee, he prays to God that you cut the both my all sinful acts, and as well as punya also, righteous acts also. Bhataka prachayavan mama tavat punya punjamapi natha lunihi. You cut at the root of all actions, whether righteous or not righteous. Kanchani bhavatu lauhamaiva shrinkhalaiva nahi tatra vishesha. The chain with which I am bound, be it made of gold or made of iron, there is no difference between the chains, both the chains. Golden chains are also binding chains, and iron chains are also binding chains. So whether made of gold or made of iron, both are chains. So both types, righteous and unrighteous acts, whatever record you have, you cut both of them, so that I may not be subjected to the cycle of rebirth and redeath. Even for white acts, even for righteous acts performed in the past with intentions, with attachment, I have to subject myself to rebirth, cycle of rebirth and redeath. And because it is drishta janma vedaniya, it is to be felt, klesha mula karmashaya, the vehicle or the seat of action performed in this life or in the previous life, that is all klesha mula, and that is to be determined on the basis of birth, because whatever birth we take, the intention is only the consumption of the fruits of actions performed in the past with attachment. So drishta janma vedaniya. Punya karmashaya lobha moha krodha prabhava. Sadrishta janma vedaniyascha adrishta janma vedaniyascha. So it is there, and what happens? 13th is there, sati mule.
Sati mule
Tadvipako jati ayur bhogaha. So this has been briefly stated by Patanjali. Sati mule, if that is there, recorded action, whether in the past life or present life, so that its consequences, tadvipaka, their consequences will be threefold. Jati, the rebirth. Jati here it is no caste, but it is birth. And lifespan would be there. You have to live until you consume all your actions, good or bad actions. And lifespan and bhoga. Bhoga is experience. Experience of happiness, experience of unhappiness. All that will be there. So if the mool is there, sati mule. Sati mule, this is called by Western linguists as seventh case ending of the locative of absolute, and we call it bhave saptami, sati mule. If the mula is there, if the action account is there, existing, then tad vipaka, its consequences are threefold. Jati, the birth and lifespan, and experience of happiness or unhappiness. Jatyayu bhogaha, jati, ayu, and bhoga. Bhoga is everything. Bhoga, experience of happiness, experience of unhappiness, etc., etc. But if a wise yogi is there and he is practicing yoga, then and he has developed discriminating wisdom. So vivekinaha, yoginaha, dukkhameva sarvam. Whatever jati, whatever, if he is born in a good family, he will be happy there, and in a bad family, poor family, he will be unhappy there. But everything, good family or good bad family, whatever, happiness or worldly happiness or worldly unhappiness, everything is dukkhameva sarvam. So let us chant the Sutra 15. Parinama,
Parinama,
Tapa,
Tapa,
Samskara Dukkhaihi,
Samskara Dukkhai,
Gunavritti Virodhat,
Gunavritti Virodha,
Cha,
Cha,
Dukkhameva,
Dukkhameva,
Sarvam,
Sarvam,
Vivekinaha.
Vivekinaha.
So Viveki is one who has developed discriminating wisdom. That is, self is there, and Prakritis evolutes are there. So he has developed a discriminating wisdom for these three. The three are self, number one, who knows, who sees, who is an impartial observer, and Prakriti, that is unmanifest Prakriti, Avyakta, and Vyakta is Prakriti's evolutes, 23-fold evolutes. So if somebody has developed this discriminating wisdom between the self, unmanifest, as well as manifest, Vyakta and Vyakta. Vyakta, Vyaktagya Vijnana. That's what Sankhya Karika says. Sankhya school believes that to get rid of all the three types of miseries, you have to develop a discriminating knowledge between the self as well as unmanifest Prakriti and manifest Prakriti evolutes. So when you have when you develop that discriminating wisdom, then whatever you experience in life, that is dukkhameva. Even sukha is dukkha. Because the there is no sukha that does not end in dukkha. And tapa, they have heating property. Every item, every experience, worldly experience, is full of heating experience. Tapa and samskara. Samskara is the impression. Every impression is unhappy impression. If you have developed a good company and you are very happy in that company, but that good company, when you are going far from that company, you feel it very much. So it is dukkha. It is any company becomes dukkha. Tulsi describes and he offers his salutation to both wicked persons as well as good persons, noble persons. That he says that dukhaprada ubhaya bandhav sant asantan charana dukhaprada ubhaya bija kachvarna. The good people also are sources of miseries, and bad company is also a source of dukkha. In what way? Bija kachvarna. There is a very little difference between the two. Vichurat ek prana haridehi. The noble ones, when they part with, they are the sources of miseries. And as if they are vichurat ek prana haridehi, that as if I die, that experience I have when they part with, when they go away. And the cruel ones, the bad ones, as soon as you meet them, they start troubling you. So, but both are, so far as the so far as the origins of affliction are concerned, both are equally painful. The good people at the time of parting with, at the time of separation, and the bad people at the very time of union. And gunavritti virodhacha, and gunavritti is sattva guna and tamo guna and rajo guna. They are all contradictory in nature. Even though they coexist, they are contradictory in nature. So gunavritti virodhacha. So that conflict between the the various movements of sattva and rajas and tamas, that also it is very difficult to organize. And so everything is dukkha only. Dukkhameva sarvam vivekina. So let us chant this. Parinama,
Parinama,
Tapa,
Papa,
Samskara,
Samskara,
Dukkaihi,
Dukkaihi,
Punavritti,
Punavritti,
Virodhacha,
Virodhacha,
Dukkhameva,
Dukkhameva,
Sarvam,
Sarvam,
Vivekinaha,
Vivekinaha,
Dukkhameva Sarvam Vivekinaha.
Dukkhameva Sarvam Vivekinaha.
So, this is what it is. And then, what is to be done? Eyam
Heyam,
Dukkhamanagatam.
Dukkhamagatam.
So, whatever you have done in the past, that is, you have no control over it in this birth, but you have control over the dukkha that is about to come to you. About to come to you. Anagatam. Anagatam, that has not yet come. So what is it that has not yet come? It is future. It is future. So anagatam dukkham heyam. That one has to do. The yogic practitioner has to ensure, has to do all that is possible to get rid of intentional actions, get rid of the performance of various acts with a desire to, with ultimate desire for getting the fruits, and with attachment. So one must not do any work with attachment. So thereby one could get freedom from the future agonies, future unhappiness. And why should we be careful about future unhappiness? So that says drashtri
Drashtri,
drishyayo
Drishyayo,
samyoga
Samyoga,
heya hetu.
Heya Hetu.
So drashta is consciousness principle, the self, and drishya is all that is experienced, all that is experienced by mental stuff. That is drishya. But when both of them unite, and when ekatmata eva takes place, asmita, so then the union of drashta and drishya, the union of the impartial observer as well as the visible ones. The visible ones are 23 evolutes of Prakriti. They are visible ones, manifest evolutes of Prakriti. So drashti drishyayo samyoga heya hetu. That is the cause. And that is why Gita also says that what is required is viyoga, to separate the union of consciousness with the nature, with Prakriti. That has to be samvidya dukkha samyoga viyogam yoga sangitam.
Anischayena
Yoktavyo yogo nirvinna cetasa. Sanischayena yoktavyo yogo nirvinna cetasa. So that's what Gita also says. And this samyoga is the cause of the attempt to separate, to have this union of drashta and drishya. So all our miseries start with the union of the impartial observer with visible ones. So the impartial observer and the visible ones, they identify each other, and that is the source of all troubles. And that is explained in the following sutra. Prakasha Kriya Sthiti Bhutendriyatmakam Bhoga Pavargartham Drishyam. There are three gunas. Sattva guna stands for prakasha, light, and rajoguna stands for kriya, action, mobility, and sthiti is inertia. So these three gunas, and these three gunas coexist also. That also, togetherness, they advise us about togetherness also. That is Anyunya, Abhibhava, Ashraya, Janana, Mithuna, Vrittayascha, Gunaha. So the gunas, the three gunas, they overcome each other. Sattva guna overcomes rajoguna, rajoguna overcomes tamoguna, and so abhibhava, they inflict defeat, they overcome each other. So Anyunya Abhibhava and Anyunya Ashraya, and they also give shelter to others, other two gunas. They exist, coexist, they give shelter, first of all, Anyunya Abhibhava, they overcome each other and they give shelter to each other. They generate each other. Janana, and they coexist with each other. Mithuna is nothing but union and togetherness. they maintain togetherness with each other. So Anyunya Abhibhava Ashraya Janana Mithuna Vrittayascha Gunaha. So that is what Sankhya philosophy tells us. Anyunya Vibhavashraya Janana Mithuna Vrittayascha Gunaha. So Bhutendriyatmakam Bhogapavargartham Drishyam. But what is it? Why should they be active all along? So they have to perform two jobs. One is to provide means of enjoyment to their master, and their master is Purusha, consciousness principle. Consciousness principle is stated in Patanjali as, first of all, he gives the name Drashta, that who is impartial observer, who is the seer, viewer, who sees everything performed by the mind or mental stuff or sense or motor organs. And so he is the seer, and the visible ones are the Mahat, Ahankara, and Manas, and sense and motor organs activities. They are visible, and the visible ones are the cause of all worries, all troubles is the union. So Prakashat Priya Sthiti Bhutendriyatmakam Bhogapavargartham Drishyam. So all the drishyas that are there, they perform their purpose is the performance. Their purpose is to perform everything to provide means of enjoyment, bhoga, according to the karma account of the past, and also apavarga. Apavarga is liberation, to provide liberation to that consciousness principle. So this is drishya, the visible ones, that is the unmanifest and manifest taken together. Their job is to provide means of enjoyment, first of all, means of enjoyment to the Purusha. Means of enjoyment, that means according to the action performed in the past, whatever happiness or unhappiness. And then apavarga also, if he has started practice, abhyasa vairagya, if he has started, so that is the job of drishya, that is the job of mental stuff, and all the 23 evolutes of Prakriti to provide means of apavarga, liberation of the self, leading to his placement on his own. So, bhoga pavargartham drishyam. So, drishya is for the sake of providing means of bhoga as well as apavarga. Apavarga means to be placed at a distance from the enjoyment. apavarga. That is to say, to place him on his own. That is the job of Drishya. And there are pores of gunas. Pores. Pores are, is it time? Time is still there?
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Pardon?
5 more minutes.
So it is Vishesha, Vishesha,
Vishesha, Vishesha,
Lingamatra,
Lingamatra,
Alingani,
Alingani,
Gunaparvani.
Gunaparvani.
To say, we loosely make a statement that Prakriti consists of 3 gunas. This is a loose statement, and perhaps it is not perfect statement, because Prakriti is the 3 gunas at a balanced state. That is the definition of Prakriti. Gunanam Samyavastha Prakriti. That is the definition of Prakriti. That the balanced state of the 3 gunas is Prakriti. So, but the 3 gunas have different pores. Pores, that is, pores is this one is pores, this one is pores, and these are the guna parva, joints. Joints of gunas are Vishesha, one is Vishesha, so the gross elements are the spatial organs of Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha and Tanmatranam. That is, you should know. Space. Space is Akasha. Akasha. What is its distinct feature? Its distinct feature is sound. Shabda. Shabda. And then comes wind, air. Air is Vayu. Its distinct feature is touch. Sparsha. Sparsha as well as sound. And then comes fire. Fire is Agni. And its special feature is form, and it imbibes all the previous qualities, sound and touch, form and sound and touch, Shabda, Sparsha and Rupa. And then comes water. You can call it up or jalam, and it has taste, rasa, and all the previous qualities, sound, touch, form and taste. And then comes Prithvi, earth. Earth is Prithvi. Prithvi. Its special characteristic is Gandha. That is olfactory experience. And all previous qualities. So this is space, Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Up and Prithvi. These are the 5 gross elements that are Visheshas, that are the special manifestations from sound as well as touch, form and taste and olfactory experience.
What does olfactory mean?
Olfactory.
Smell.
Smell.
Nostril.
Dr. Sharma with but Shabda, Sparsha,
Rupa, Rasa,
Rasa,
Gandha.
Are those would be the tanmatras?
Those are the terms in Sanskrit.
Okay.
Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa and Gandha.
And those would be called the tanmatras.
That's right. Tanmatra is different.
Oh.
But and the characteristic forms or characteristic distinct features are different. Tanmatra is the subtle form of all these Rupa, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Sabda, Tanmatra. That is the origin of Shabda. That is the origin, and that is why they are Tanmatra. And Tanmatras are visible only to yogins. Not we cannot experience Tanmatras. So that's why Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, Tanmatranam, Avisheshanam, Visheshaha. So these are the special manifestations and evolutes. They are the evolutes of Tanmatra. But these are not the तथा श्रोत्रत्वचक्षुर्जिह्वा घ्राणानि बुद्धीन्द्रियाणि and वाक्पाणि पादपायूपस्थानि कर्मेन्द्रियाणि एकादशं मनः इत्येतानि अस्मिता लक्षणस्य अविशेषस्य विशेषाः. That is anyway we could continue with all that because it is 12 and because this consists of all manifestations, all evolutes of Prakriti. They are called Vishesha, Avishesha, Linga Matra and Alinga. Alinga is Prakriti that does not absorb anywhere. It is Alinga. And Linga Matra is Mahat, Linga Matra. And Avishesha are these sense organs and motor organs and mind. They are Vishesha. They are Vishesha and Gunanam esha Shodashako Vishesha Parinama. So Shodashaka Vishesha and Shat and 6 are Visheshas. So this is to be explained later on. Everything is Alinga. Alinga is Prakriti and Linga Matra. Linga Matra is Mahat and 6 are Avishesha and that is Tanmatra and Asmita. Tanmatra and Asmita are Visheshas, Avisheshas, and they are all serving the Mahat, serving the consciousness principle by providing means of enjoyment according to the actions performed in the past, and also they are providing means of liberation to self. So these things this sutra we will explain in detail next Saturday. Thank you so much. So we will begin with 19 next Saturday. So let us conclude today. Om Tvameva Mata Shapita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhush Chachaka Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravyam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mahadeva Deva. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. I am sorry to be late, but all of you are kindly be present for lunch. Thank you. And it is not my invitation, it is invitation from Karana and